Dolphin fans, it's the offseason, so there's no better time to go back in time and talking about the top 10 players of the 2010s for the Miami Dolphins. Before I hop into today's video, quick little plug. I have a free Tua mug deal going on. Link in the description. You can get a free Tua mug. All you have to do is pay for shipping. Also, just drop these out in gold fullbacks or people 2 shirts if you're interested at thedolphinsdive.com. But without further ado, hopping right into it, coming in at number 10 of the top 10 Dolphins of the 2010, lots of 10s, is none other than Jay Ajayi. Now, this was a little controversial. I had a tough time deciding between Jay Ajayi and Lamar Miller. I took it to Twitter, and the results came in as Jay Ajayi. So Jay Ajayi it is. He had a very short run with the Dolphins, but his run was insane. He had 2016 where he had 3 200-yard games that helped propel us to our first playoff berth in 8 years at that point. He helped carry us that entire season, and he really came out of nowhere. The J train left the station and helped really establish our offensive identity. We were a good running football team, which we hadn't seen until Mike McDaniel came into town. And yeah, he was absolutely electrifying, but that, like I said, it was a short lasted, and he eventually got traded. At the moment, I hated the move, but ended up being a good move by GM Chris Grier, coming in at number 9. Similar to Jay Ajayi, short-lived Dolphins tenure, but was very good while he was here, and it is someone who should get a statue built of him, Laremy Tunsil, who helped rebuild this franchise. Laremy Tunsil was a tremendous draft pick for the Miami Dolphins, obviously falling in the draft due to the gas mask, and became a very good player for us. In 2016, his rookie year, he was guard and moved out to tackle, to where now he's been a multi-time All-Pro, one of the best left tackles in all of football. Chris Grier's first draft pick, so once again, shout out to Chris Grier for making a good pick. Coming in at number 8 is someone I honestly think I should have maybe had a little higher, but he landed in at number 8, and it is Ryan Tannehill, the best quarterback we had in a long time, just in terms of like a franchise guy that we drafted in the first round. Unfortunately, injuries and inconsistent supporting cast and coaching just kind of let him down and didn't let him reach his ceiling. Because imagine we kind of had him in a good system to where he had the weapons, he had a good coaching staff. With his talent, he could have been a very good player, but by the time he was kind of fully matured, he dealt with the injuries and the coaching staff and all of it. Just none of it meshed at the proper timing, and it was very unfortunate for Tannehill. But then went on to Tennessee and had a very good run for the next 2 to 3 years. Basically the first quarterback I really remember watching growing up, so I have appreciation for Ryan Tannehill, and was a pretty solid Miami Dolphin. Coming in at number 7 is center Mike Pouncey, one of the better offensive linemen in this entire span. Multi-time Pro Bowl, he made it 3 times, was a cornerstone of the offensive line, was a leader in that room. Coming in at number 6, another guy I feel like I should have had a little higher, but the list is the list, is Brent Grimes, Optimus Grimes, one of the best corners in franchise history. He was a 3-time All-Pro player while with the Dolphins. He had insane interceptions despite being an undersized guy. That man locked people down. I will never forget that interception he had on Megatron, and had 13 years and 3 years with the Dolphins, which is very impressive. That's over 4 picks a year. At a corner position, was our number 1 corner and was absolute lockdown during that tenure with the Dolphins. So shout out Brent Grimes. Coming in at number 5 is Ndamukong Suh. Now, I know this might be controversial because he got a big contract and statistically didn't live up to it, but at the interior defensive line position, it is difficult to have that high level of production unless your name is Aaron Donald for the most part. So despite maybe not living up to it statistically, he's still one of the most feared interior defensive linemen in all football. Totaled 15.5 sacks in 3 years, making the Pro Bowl, 2nd team All-Pro. So he still had very good seasons with the Dolphins, but obviously didn't live up to the massive contract that he did receive from the Dolphins, but still a very top tier player. Coming in at number 4, and genuinely still maybe my favorite Dolphin of all time, just because I was growing up and just watching him play was so electric, but is none other than Jarvis Juice Landry. The way he played, he was so gritty. One of his best plays, not even with him having the ball, was him laying a block for one of our running backs and letting them score a touchdown. But that man made all the tough catches, run after catch. The man was very difficult to tackle one-on-one in open field. He could run you over, run around you, juke you out. All around electric player, had that dog in him, and just led league in catches one of the seasons. He was just a very fun player. Obviously drafted as a Dolphin. The way it all ended sucked, but still a Dolphin legend. Once again, probably one of my favorite players of all time. Coming in at number 3 is Rashad Jones, G5. Was an absolute pillar during the 2010s. He should be a ring of honor kind of guy. He could really do it all. He could run, hit, and cover. He was a strong safety. He'd play in the box. He could play deep. He would intercept the passer. He would sack him. He'd pop someone over the middle. He did everything. He had 21 interceptions and 776 tackles during his tenure as a Dolphin, and played his entire career as a Miami Dolphin as well. So G5, Rashad Jones, very good player for us for the majority of the 2010s. Number 2 on this list, most recently departed, is Xaven Howard. Was the best kind of corner you could ask for. I love to emphasize this. There's no harder coverage for a corner to have than man coverage with no safety help, and that is what Xaven Howard made his money on. He was locking people down one-on-one with no safety help, and on top of that was also having the ball production to take passes away from receivers. One of the best to literally ever do it, especially during this time span. Had a first-team All-Pro, second-team All-Pro, 4-time Pro Bowler, and 29 interceptions. For a cornerback position, playing primarily man coverage, it speaks for themselves. He was phenomenal for the Dolphins, and it's a shame we couldn't really ever make a good run with him. But you gotta make business moves, and the Dolphins decided to move on from Xaven Howard, but wish him nothing but the best. Now coming in at number 1 is none other than Cam Wakezilla. Once again, this was a no-brainer for me at number 1. He should absolutely be in the Ring of Honor. Amazing story from being undrafted to the CFL, being one of the best players in all of football. He didn't enter the league until age 27, which blows my mind, especially when you consider the fact that he ended his career with over 100 sacks, which is mind-boggling, even though he started so late. 3 second-team All-Pros, 1 first-team, 5-time Pro Bowler, and played every year but 1 with the Miami Dolphins. He could not be blocked one-on-one. One of my favorite plays of all time is the Halloween walk-off sack. Phenomenal leader, player, everything you could ask for a franchise kind of guy Cam Wake was. And like I said, he should be in the Ring of Honor, one of the best Dolphins of all time. Comment your thoughts on this list down below. Where did I mess up? Who would you have had where? But I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of video. I know it's a little different. I'm trying to put out good content in the offseason, even though there's not a bunch of information or news out there. But hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe to help the channel grow. And until next time, fins up.